The first approach we're going to look at for preserving state is putting everything in local storage as soon as something changes. Local storage, by the way, is an API built into every browser that lets you preserve simple strings across sessions for every user. It's synchronous and it works well, and it's very easy to use. I'll show you. There's a couple ways we can achieve this. The first one is building it into our React component, where anytime the component changes, we update state in local storage. The other approach is using something like a middleware for our storage engine, where we don't have to worry about it in our components. Kiwi, I'm not talking to you. If you look at this sketch we drew in the last video, anytime our state changes, we're going to sync it with local storage. So the storage engine here is going to be local storage. And to keep our life easy, we're going to do that every time our component updates, because we assume when our state changes, our component is updating. Let's look at how that works in code. We're going to change our MobX example so that everything is stored into local storage. We start with an empty slate. There's nothing in our local storage and we have the same app as always. The only change I made to our previous MobX example is that I added a component did mount and a component did update function. That means that when I click next, the component did update function, which runs on every update of our props, and we updated our props because the MobX state changed. In the component did update function, we collect state into a new object that has a playing and index field. Then we call window local storage set item with saved state and a JSON stringified version of our state. When I reload the page, our component did mount function, it gets called, reads state from local storage with local storage get item from the same key as we saved it into, parses the JSON. If the state exists, because it doesn't always, we call the load state action on our MobX store. It copies the state that we give it into the state of our MobX store. And that's the easiest way to preserve state between reloads in a React app. Putting your state preservation into your React components is a good approach when you're building something simple like this, but it's going to quickly break down if you want to make this more complicated or if you have more state. So next we're going to look at how to do this as a middleware to have a more generalized solution.